the regular speaking.
That's right, we got extra space, don't we?
Regular speaking.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
We're gonna talk to him this evening. Ask him to hang around. It's up to you all.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna announce the names of the candidates. I mean, I think that's, they can employ that. So we'll just say we're gonna go to, I'll tell them we may or may not just, I don't know. It's up to council. So who are the candidates? James last name. I'll write down the other two towns. Well, no, I made this drawing. It didn't go with the letter. I pulled it up.
Just so you guys can hear. I can invite
Send me the names of the two people. I got Bob. I can't, I don't want to look up on my phone right now. We don't want to start the meeting. Did you just write their names down? Yeah. Yeah.
Need to get their names, Wanda.
Yeah.
We're just doing them before segment to discuss the action.
No, I think it's, but I think people apply, but I think it's the people, who apply. So, they.
Sorry for Phillips. Yeah, it's so sorry.
Is it on R?
Yeah. Begin with.
Just. I'm sorry.
Wrigley, yeah, right, yeah, I know, and I remember it. I'd like to call the Hancock Council meeting for December 15th, call to order. Can we have the roll call, please, Debbie?
Sure. Councilmember Figgy,
Present.
Councilmember Grubb,
Here.
Councilmember Holdren,
Present.
Councilmember Knock,
Here.
Councilmember Pettit,
Here.
and Mayor Foskey.
Here,
Okay, you have a quorum.
thank you. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
I'd like to move to amend the agenda to go into closed session as allowed by Virginia Code 2.2-3711A1 to discuss personnel action to appoint a new member to the town council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Add that to the agenda. The closed session's already there. We just gave you the reason. All right, can I have a motion to consider to approve the meeting minutes from November 17th, 2025?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion on that. Any corrections if you haven't given them to Debbie already?
You said you got them in, but not for the packet, right? Thank you. Cool.
All in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay. So we have a public hearing now on a proposed amendment to the lease agreement for the Verizon water tower. I'm going to open this public hearing. Earl, do you have the lease with you there? Can describe what they're, if you can, please give the public a little information about why we're having this public hearing.
Well, I've looked at it quickly and it seems pretty straightforward to me. They want to acquire a little bit of additional property and there is compensation to the town
That's why
for that and the amount
carry out
of.
more mass deportations of people from India, China, the Middle East.
I just lost you. Hold on, I have to find you again.
Thank
And
you.
s- And so they expounded a little bit on this issue, but not necessarily relevant, but I see no reason why we shouldn't move forward with it.
Right. It's a holding company for Verizon that we lease the property next to the water tower for Verizon. You know, they put up an antenna and they pay us X amount. They want to lease a little bit more space. I guess they want to put more equipment there. I don't know.
That is
yeah.
what's stated in the
Right.
In the document. And yeah, it's a holding company out of Delaware, limited liability corporation that
Okay.
so many are registered there, in
Right.
fact.
Yeah, I mean, we FYI, we also have antennas on the tower, but we sold the rights to the tower to another company. So they're the ones that handle the tower. So there's two different antenna systems out there. If anyone want to speak about the lease? Hey, don't all jump at once there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing. Okay. Do we have a motion from the council to approve the lease as proposed?
So moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion on this?
Yeah. In the lease document, it says that they want an additional 200 square feet. And then in parentheses, 600 square feet. So I'm not sure about that. As depicted on Exhibit B1 in the document, I see Exhibit B, which has a survey result. And Exhibit B1 is empty.
Yeah, I talked to the lease person about the discrepancy in the square footage, and I think they want the larger, the 600, which is drawn on the. She didn't give me a clear reason about the difference there, but
I have concerns about
right, not accept.
giving them more space if they are not clear on what space they want and if they haven't given us the drawing that they said they gave.
There is a drawing in there.
There is a drawing of current.
But B1 isn't
But-
included.
I think. Do you have Earl? What copy do you have of that? Do you have the original one that I think the electronic one might be.
What's on the
There's a
next
second
page?
Page that says Exhibit B1, and there's nothing there.
And B1 was supposed to be the expanded space,
Yes,
according to their document.
yes.
So
I think they need to make the edit of the square footage and include the diagram before we can.
I'm a little concerned that we've got the wrong document. So that would be our problem. Yeah, so I don't want to,
That was a document from Karen Osborne, I believe, December 2nd.
yeah, I'd talked to you got an email from the attorney, say he looked it over, didn't see any problem with it, but I don't, but I had discrepancy. I noticed the discrepancy about the footage and she didn't give me a clear reason, but she said that the larger one was the one they were looking at, but she never got back to me about that. So if we're unhappy with table, we're just gonna have to go out to a public hearing again. I don't,
I could certainly contact them and ask for clarification and the missing diagram.
yeah, I'm just concerned that we missed the diagram and not them, that we have a,
It says on the top of the page, B1, and then nothing's below it.
but they might have submitted I don't know. That's fine. If that's do what you want to do. We have no choice. We can't prove. I think we can't prove something. I don't know.
do you want to vote on my motion? Or
Well,
should I just withdraw it or what?
I'm not necessarily opposed.
not sure we need another public hearing. We can just vote on, if they clear up let's say they want to, let's just say it's 600 square feet and and give us a map, then we can vote on it correctly. We've had a public hearing. Nothing is going to change. Yeah. So we might, we just can vote on it at the next meeting, which is sometimes we have public hearings and wait a month to vote on it anyway. So we have to check whether we need another public hearing.
I'm not necessarily opposed to giving them the space, but we need to know exactly what we're doing and.
Yeah.
And what it's going to affect.
Well, yeah, I think Matt looked at the request before and didn't see a problem with it, turning it. So like you said, it would be nice to have a diagram. So we'll close the public hearing. We'll table the vote till next January. If Earl, you can get up with them. Yeah, okay. All right. I've got council discussion of discuss new council appointment. That's going to be at the closed session, so that's not an action we need to do. Council action, moving on, number 7, to consider a new council member to the Samuel Outlaw Board. Does anybody want to be on the council? Gerald has requested that a council member be on that board. I don't know if it's in their bylaws or if they have to have
I
somebody.
believe it is what Earl had said to us.
Okay, so does anybody would like to volunteer for that job? Okay, Ashley,
All right.
do we have a motion to appoint Ashley?
I make a motion that Ashley Pettit join the Samuel Outlaw Blacksmith Shop nonprofit board as the town council representative.
Second to that?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashley. The next one is Lisa is retiring as a council member to the EDA. Does the EDA bylaw say that a council member must be present?
Yes.
It does
says
say that.
one.
Did it say must or may?
I don't have my binder. with
Because
me.
we don't, okay, second question, anybody want to,
Well, and to be fair, if we were a larger city.
We wouldn't have to have
we
anybody.
wouldn't-
Well, that's my
we would
question.
not Be allowed.
that's my question. If no one wants to be on the EDA, we could get, we're already one short, correct? Yeah.
Yes,
there-
we are.
yeah.
And so the thought process was one town council member and then somebody from Main Street. So I kind of filled both those requirements. Not that Main Street's a requirement.
Right.
But I did ask them when I was saying, did you have a preference on somebody from council that we could talk to and try to get them excited about the EDA?
Okay.
So they have not gotten back to me. So
All right. Does anybody want to be a member of the EDA? All right, no one? Nope. Okay, so well, let's,
let me talk to some people and get people energized.
now or
Let's
later?
see. Well, not now.
Okay, all right, so we have an opening, and do we want to,
We're also going to seat a new council member too, so that might help. So
That's
my
true.
term ends at the end of this month.
That's
so-
true. We'll have a time. Okay. We have another vacancy. So we still, if anybody wants to join the EDA, there's still another vacancy. There's also a vacancy on the planning commission. So if anybody's interested, please send a resume to me or just an interest. All right. Okay, moving on. The third thing is council action. Consider the meeting calendar. We're going to adopt a meeting calendar for 2026 right now. I think there's a copy in here for everybody to look at. Does anybody have any comments about this?
So I just wanted to share, when I went through the calendar and put this together, November and December are a little wonky again. And I think historically we haven't necessarily had moved it because Thanksgiving was the week of, but we have in recent times. So I don't know if that's something we still want to keep going or if we just keep it at our regularly scheduled fourth Monday of the month.
I personally like having it early in November and December, just because the holidays get busy.
Well, December is tough because December, the Monday is the week of, or it's the week or the Monday right after, or you do it the second week in December, which is the 14th.
No.
Which makes it super long between then and the end of
It sure does.
January.
Yeah, I don't-
because that,
No.
that feels problematic.
I don't
Yeah.
have any problem with December 21st. I mean, I don't think we have any choice. We can't do it. We don't want to do it
Okay.
between Christmas and I don't have any problem with meeting the Monday before Thanksgiving. Nobody usually leaves the whole week of Thanksgiving. I don't know. And it throws people off sometimes when they come in. I mean, we had this problem. We put the ad in the paper for the wrong date. But that's up to you all. So we're definitely
I
going to,
think the 14th is a little early for December
Yeah.
because January is always longer.
yeah.
We'll wait
Well, I
to
think
get to the fourth
That's
Monday.
exactly what we're doing this year.
I know because Christmas well, we could have,
The 22nd.
I mean, today's the 15th. Our next meeting is the end of January.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So the
True.
14th, 15th. So it's short between October and November, and then November and December are 4 weeks apart, and then it's long again till
But the
January.
21st is five, the Christmas is not till Friday. That's a Monday meeting. I don't think that's
I thought Christmas was on Thursday.
this year.
This year.
This year, next year. is-
Okay.
Yeah, that's and this year I think but I don't have a problem with meeting on the 21st. Just keep it on the 4th. My personal thing is that let's just keep meeting on the 4th instead of trying to move them around.
Do we want to move the one for November?
Well, I think
Keep the one for December?
I would keep this, the 20, I think 20, when is the 4th? The 21st, is that the 4th? Monday?
Yes. No, it's the third.
I think we have to move December up personally. Let's talk about December,
Third.
huh?
I mean, I don't remember now. I looked at it last.
I mean, we agreed that we do not want to meet on the,
The 21st is the third Monday in December in 2026.
Yeah, so that was moving it up.
but I mean, I think a lot of people do leave between Christmas and New Year, so the 28th to me is not a great time.
Okay.
So it's up to you all, but, and then Thanksgiving, you can do what you want.
I'm fine with keeping it on the 21st.
Okay.
So
What are we doing with November?
we're going to keep,
Keep it on, you want to do it on the third
I
Monday?
I don't have a vote, but I keep it,
No. it's the- that
Fourth
23rd.
Monday is the 23rd.
that's still 3 days. I say we keep it on the 4th Monday, but that's my opinion. Just
It's Thanksgiving.
Thursday, it's always on Thursday.
The
Right.
26th.
Well, but it's always 3 days after Monday, so it's the same, it's always the same distance away from our council meeting. And I don't know.
Well, somebody can't come, they just can't come.
I mean, they're just likely not to be able to come the week, but it's, people don't leave the whole week, but the whole week it's not.
Okay. So we're saying, what is that, November?
We're gonna move one, we're gonna move,
23rd.
we're gonna move one, we're gonna change the one to December 21st, okay?
So the only other one is actually on Memorial Day, so we are not doing that. We're gonna do the
Yeah,
third Monday.
That's
instead.
fine, yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to do that.
Okay.
And then the planning commission, there's really no conflicts with that, correct?
I didn't look at,
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any,
Labor Day, September 7th.
okay.
so they,
Sure.
yeah, I'm glad you saw that. Thank you, Sarah. So that would be the following Monday?
Whatever they want to do.
Well, we're publishing that now. Let's do it. I mean, so what's the next Monday in Labor Day?
14th.
Okay, so let's put it on the 14th. Okay, and the rest of them are all right? Okay, waterfront committee. But they do their own. Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I just threw them out there.
yeah.
think we might have a last meeting in October.
So no January, February?
They don't do January, February, or December.
Okay, let's cross those out and then we'll publish that schedule. Okay. And they
They
can,
meet in November, Debbie?
I think they usually meet in November because it's even in, for the wrap up.
yeah, I mean, I think if they have a meeting and they don't have, they'll cancel the meeting.
Yeah.
We've had several we had to cancel, but I think we should publish the meetings. That way they don't have to, people know.
Our calendar out front has the personnel meetings too. Do you want to?
I forgot about person.
Well, that's the same, that's every quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been doing quarterly, so we won't meet again until March.
What was it?
It was the first Tuesday, because it was the 2nd of December this month, so first Tuesday of the month, and that's at, I think it's supposed to be 3:30.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be in conflict with anything.
What'd you say?
March 10th, June 9th, September 8th, and December 8th. Not in conflict. Okay.
Okay, so we,
So I move that we adopt the meeting calendar as amended.
is there a second on that?
So what we're doing is we're doing the 21st of December.
Yes,
That's the only thing we changed.
that's the only thing we changed.
And the November
Oh,
meeting.
and the Memorial Day meeting. Right,
But what did we settle on for November?
So we're gonna do the
the
21st,
4th.
23rd.
Okay,
The
thank
4th,
you.
Yeah. 4th, the regular scheduled time.
Yeah.
No, and December,
December.
May and December.
May and December. December's moved up. Yeah, that,
That's still the. no,
That's
it's
the
not.
third one.
The 28th is the fourth. Yeah.
okay, are we straight on this now? Okay,
We'll get a second on.
We're gonna get this straight and get it out in the public.
we're straight, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll publish that.
And I guess we should say that we changed to 6 o'clock. There.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yeah,
think
that,
it's actually
on the
acknowledged
top
on the
page.
sheet.
on the sheet. Yeah, we're 6 o'clock meeting for council next year. Please, keep that in mind. We'll publish that. We'll put that on the website. People, I'm sure, are going to forget on January. All right, sale 250 resolution, Debbie or Lisa?
This is a resolution the town needs to adopt so that we can be officially, so that we can have an official committee to recognize Virginia 250 in throughout the year for the 250th anniversary of America. And this is actually also a requirement for a grant we just submitted to Virginia Tourism Corporation for marketing money for our Sale 250 event weekend. So this resolution needs to be adopted by town council, and it just makes us part of the larger programming that's all happening through the state.
I have no objection to doing it, but I thought we had adopted such a thing like 2 years ago.
I wasn't here. I'm not sure. Debbie had.
I
couldn't
honestly
find-
thought we had two, but we can't.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
no problem in doing a second one if this turns out to be a second one, but I was just surprised to see it because I thought it was already done.
Yeah, they don't seem to have anything on file. I'm not sure it was exact same thing, but, yeah, because we didn't form the committee until this year, right?
No, we formed it at the end of last
End of
year.
last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so what, do you have is the resolution in here?
Yeah.
Okay, can we have a motion to accept that as, I mean,
Do I need to, does somebody need to read it?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the resolution of Town Council of the Town of Anacog relating to the support of Virginia America 250 Commission.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. That's well, what's the date again of that? Like the 12th?
Oh, it's the weekend of June 12th through the 14th.
I just want to keep putting that out. Okay, committee reports, Planning Commission, Cindy?
Yes, the Planning Commission did meet this month on the 1st of December. We discussed our data gathering for the revisions to the comprehensive plan. And Casey is working on notes from the October meetings at the community room in the Northeast section and the January meeting in community meeting also. We're planning, I believe, on the next Planning Commission meeting date, which is the January 5th, 2026 in the council room, to have another public input session. For new business, Greg Temple made a presentation on stormwater. And he gave us some information about that. Let's see. I think we had a few public comments, but I think that was about it. Casey, was there anything else you could think of to add? Okay. Short meeting, only an hour.
Does anybody have any questions about planning? Okay, thank you. Economic Development Authority, Lisa?
The Economic Development Authority actually was supposed to meet this week, but got moved up to last Tuesday, so I was unable to attend. But do you want to give a little brief synopsis, Rosemary? Yes. We did, December 1st, yes. Yes. So yes, you're correct. So exciting stuff.
So
Money's starting to come in, and hopefully in a year, the EDA will be able to turn around and start.
When is the next meeting?
March. Yeah, March. They meet quarterly as
Quarterly.
well. Well, that's not
they're-
our job to set, that's
Yeah, they're
theirs.
an independent body. Yeah.
Did you guys set that when you were at your December meeting? Because because I had suggested that would be part of the agenda. Okay.
All right, okay, the economic, community reports, on Hancock Main Street.
No Nancock Main Street sent out 2 rounds of our annual appeal letter this year, with the first round going out in October. Our second one just went out at the beginning of December. So that's exciting. We also have a donation coming in, which requires matching money. It's kind of an exciting opportunity to give $100 and know that the organization is going to get $200. So we have up to $5,000 coming in from a donor, and we're looking to match those dollars for dollars. So if we can, and we have until the end of January to do this, so we're really excited. And if you haven't donated yet this year, I encourage you to do so, because your dollar is going that much further with this match. So that would be awesome. We also decorated a tree at Kerr Place this year, and we're celebrating our local businesses. So not everybody has a chance to get us an ornament, but we've got a bunch of ornaments on our tree that are from our local businesses, or like I did ones for John Figgy about trading, buy low, sell high type stuff. And Mallard's got little mallards on there and whatnot. So if you haven't seen it, come check it out. And then Maggie's been working on collecting photos of Christmas specials from the restaurants that she's going to be doing on social media post for. Maggie and myself have been working on our final report to Main Street America and Virginia Main Street, which is what we do annually to stay accredited. And it's a very robust amount of reporting that we have to do. It's quite time consuming, but it's exciting, because it's nice to kind of do a year in review recap for even ourselves. What have we done this year? And then Maggie is actually working on a social media post for last minute gift ideas for Christmas, and has highlighted a couple of the businesses downtown and who are making suggestions, like Driftwood and Moss had suggested, come here for all your bar needs, and he held up a martini glass. And so we've got a couple throughout the downtown. So check that out. It's kind of a nice idea of last minute ideas. So that's all I have.
Any questions for Lisa? Okay, Anancock, Historic Anancock School, Sarah.
I think at last month's meeting, somebody had asked what the results were from the Champagne and Oyster, which
Oh,
had just happened. And it looks as though the net raised will be about $7,100 once all the dust finishes settling.
Wow. Awesome.
So we were really pleased with that. The Artisan Studio Tour went well that weekend after Thanksgiving. And the Christmas market this past weekend, in conjunction with Christmas in Anancock, also had a lot of people coming through. So that was good too. There will be no Wine Wednesday in January. It'll come back in February with great guns. And thank you for continued support, and come by and keep on praying for the boiler.
Any questions from Sarah?
Oh, and I think it's going to be in it's in Earl's report that he had conversation with Corey and Fletcher with you, right? About the work, getting
Oh, yeah.
RFPs and
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get enough documentation of enough bids that we can legitimately move forward with the work for the HVAC and
we're going to follow the town.
the roof.
We're going to.
So that's trying to get going, but some process stuff to work through.
Okay, any questions or? Okay. All right, sale 250.
We did not meet this month. There's just too much going on at town hall right now. Poor town staff. They've really been working hard on these water meter change outs and the billing and stuff that they won't ever have to do again, hopefully. So we tabled it this month, but I did send out an email asking the participants to start getting ready. And we broke into kind of small groups like marketing and fundraising and activity planning. Started suggesting that they start getting together with their volunteers and start planning out some more of those details, along with building a list for sponsorships. We're looking for household sponsorships all the way up to corporate sponsorships. So we'll be getting something out in the new year.
Just real quick, the website's live. What is it? VA 250? What is it? Sale 2.
I'm not sure what she named. So we were going to use the town website, and that didn't quite work out. So we are launching a brand new website, and we'll probably do a social media post through the town
That's
to
fine.
share. So it's going to have everything on there. It'll have our sponsors. It'll have all of our activities. It'll have where to stay, where to eat, all of that stuff. So be on the lookout for that.
And there's a
It is-
minute
sale250onancock.com.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
And there's a like 2-minute firework demonstration on Saturday, January the 10th. Just to get an idea of where the location that we've picked and where you'll be able to see and how to push people to different areas around town to be able to see the fireworks.
Cool.
What time? Sorry.
I believe it's going to be at 5:30 or 6.
What was the date on that again?
January 10th.
Look
It's
at- we're all
really
excited.
short. It's just, yeah. It's really more of a
all like,
marketing
when?
thing. What was that?
We're all like, when?
I know. The big one will be in June.
Okay, all right, any questions about sale 250? Okay, a public comment sheet. Yeah. Okay, Priscilla Hart?
Good evening. On December 3rd, I sent an email to Mr. Earl Mathers, and he was kind enough to respond. I will read the email and I'll read the response, which I was pleased with. Good morning, Mr. Mathers. During your engagement with the town of Onancock, it would be prudent to perform a comprehensive audit of the town's financials. There may be irregularities that should be addressed before a new town manager takes over. This is especially important since there has been no contact relief between the departing official and his eventual incoming replacement. Thank you, Priscilla Hart, resident, town of Onancock. Mr. Mathers was kind enough to respond right away on December 3rd. Thanks for your input. We are working through some financial research at this time and will be engaging an auditor in the near future. I will submit this to you for recording, please. And I'm wondering, you know when that'll start?
February.
The first or second week of February would be the regular audit for 2025. That's annually. Every February, we do an audit for the prior fiscal year.
I know you do, right, but it takes 6 months to get that information, and we'll have something in place before that. So I think it would be prudent to take a look at a way we could expedite that. Anybody coming here, it's a great job. It is a great job. The money is really good. There are plenty of people who would love to be here. I talked to people at the hospital, thrilled that they're no longer in Long Island. They don't have traffic. It's a great job. The salary is good. We can attract people who will want to come here, and we need to get the best candidate wherever they come from. Thank you. Thank you.
Rosemary?
Excuse me. I'm just hoping that when you get the proposals for the HVAC system at the school, that you decided to hire or retain a mechanical engineer who is an HVAC specialist who specializes not in residences, but in this type of institutional building. Hiring, I spoke to somebody on the council that said an engineer from Wallops was doing it, but it's kind of like if you're a woman having a baby, you go to an obstetrician, you don't go to a podiatrist. And there are those same types of differences with mechanical engineering. I've put in literally hundreds of systems in larger buildings. It's done all the time, and you'll get the best system you can get for the best amount of money. I had sent out names and contact information for, I don't know, 2 or 3 engineers across the bay who said they do work over here, no problem. So I'm hoping that you do use one of them or somebody like that. The other thing I just wanted to say about creating a new website for the sale. People that don't live in Onancock, when out-of-town people, and most of my guests are out-of-town people, when they look for things to do in Onancock, they get extremely confused by the many websites out there, including there's like an old town website that's moribund, that's still sitting out there. And I think if that can be cleaned up and somehow within the town website, and I don't know how to do any of these things because I'm a real techno idiot, that there could be something on the town website where one could go to events, things happening. It would draw in a lot more people, and it would make everybody's life easier. And I just think that that would be a better way to go. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Casey Greer?
Hello, everybody. Casey Greer, 74 Market Street. I just wanted to emphasize what Cindy had talked about, that the next Planning Commission meeting is the second town-wide citizen workshop. We'll be going through exercises to collect information on people's perceptions and desires using a form that we used at the meeting up the road here at 165 Market. So I'm gonna tomorrow I'm sending another short letter to the newspaper to see if Ted will put it in, telling people that that's coming again. But I'm really interested in trying to reach out to some other people. Also, I just wanted to say briefly that the neighborhood workshop that Greg Temple and I were involved in, that was at the Onancock Square Apartments, was quite a success. I would have liked to see more people, but we had 16 people there. That's pretty darn good for a first time out of the gate. And I learned a lot really fast from talking to those folks. It was a really interesting time. I'm in the process of working up all of these notes. I got laid up by the flu, so it slowed me down a little bit. But all of these notes from all these workshops, we will make them publicly available, and we've got to figure out how we're going to do that, whether it's attached to packets or what we're going to do about that. So just FYI, if you have not attended, if you're a resident and you have not attended a workshop meeting, anybody who's online, that we'd really like to see you for this workshop on January 5th. And following that, we'll be starting the pulling together materials and beginning an early stage of the writing process. So thanks.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment I missed? Okay. Public comment. Yeah. Mayor's report. I don't have too much. I'd like to thank everybody for the last weekend, Christmas in Onancock. I thought it went really well. Huge crowd down at the wharf with Santa coming in as usual. That's getting to be a little bigger every year. Thanks to everybody, Gene, Dick Freeman, for doing that. They leading that up, and the community band was a huge asset. We had some, partners in town having tables set up. It's kind of growing every year. Homes tour, OBCA. I think Bob and your crew, Jeff, probably missed Kim, missed some people there, I'm sure. Kelly was Carver Master, yeah. Yeah, Kelly, she was very helpful with that. So yeah, I think there was a good crowd. I don't know what the numbers were, but they were. It was just great to see people around town. Just appreciate all the volunteers that step up and do that. So, sorry about the parade. I think we did the right thing on that. It was pretty cold. So hopefully next year. I'm sorry for Jeff. We had a pretty good entries, didn't he? Yeah. I hate to see that happen, but 28 degrees, 30-mile-an-hour winds, that's not a good combination. I think, we've had some, as any time when we lose town manager, it's always been a little bit of a, problem. And I think, I think we need to give the town staff have been really stepping up and trying to help us, and Earl's here part-time. And I think we need to give him a little slack. Things aren't, I apologize. Some of the notices haven't been, the package this month didn't go out as planned. There was some confusion about what the public hearing was about. And I think, we'll do better after this, with this little hiccup with this month. We've having some trouble getting on email lists and stuff that, we're trying, but we'll get back to it. There's just a huge, the town is actively involved in replacing all our water meters. That has just been, we knew that was going to be an issue, and it certainly has been. So just try to, be, just try to be patient with us. We'll get it worked out. It's going to take a few months, but it's going to be a huge asset to have electronic meters and not have to read them all. I did, speaking of the Northeast, I think as you well know, we've had a Virginia block grant, but it's been going on for a couple of years up in the Northeast. There's some things they didn't get done. We've had discussions with Habitat. I think they want to come back and build another house. There's still 4 vacant, or I'm not unsure, vacant and derelict properties. And I think in the next year, I'm going to come back to council and see if we can come up with a solution. We're talking see if we can help out with our, like we did before we bought a property, tore the building down. So that's something we can think about, but that'll come next year. But I think we need to continue with some stuff up there. Habitat is very interested in continuing. They built one house recently, and it's been a big success. And we actually bought that lot, tore the building down, and gave that to them. Okay, I don't really think I have anything else. Okay, town manager's report. Earl.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll be brief too, but first of all, it's just an honor for me and very interesting for me to be here serving as your part-time interim town manager. Lots of things to do. Certainly have not wanted for more on my plate. In fact, it's been kind of drinking from a fire hose the first few weeks here, learning a lot about the community, and it's always very enriching to come into a new town and see what's going on. So a couple of things I think that are important. Of course, I've been doing a document review, trying to get acquainted with key people, certainly the council and staff, and others in the community as well. I has, as was mentioned before, met with the folks from the historic Anoncox School and had a very interesting meeting there and learned a lot about Nancock and the process, and of course, true of the facility. And certainly, we want to move the projects forward as expeditiously as possible. But with that, there are a couple of caveats. I think we have a good feel for what's needed there, and indeed, there's more needed than simply the roof and the HVAC system. Window systems are extremely poor and result in a lot of energy loss and that sort of thing too. So that might be something to consider in the future. But we do need to go forward, I think, with soliciting engineers to assist us and craft a bid document that's going to be issued to appropriate companies, and then review those bids and go through that kind of a process to make sure that we get the best value that we can and the best services that we can. So that's important. I also met with Gerald
Boyd.
With the Samuel Outlaw blacksmith shop, which is absolutely fascinating, the history of it. And Gerald is an individual as well. He has quite a history. So we're going to be, that's going to be on your docket, as we move up into the budget process. And then, just assisting, providing some logistical support to the Berkeley group as they go through the process of recruiting a new town manager, which You had your kickoff meeting last week, and I think the position will be announced early in January. So just making sure that the consultants have what they need, and I'm confident that they'll go through the process, and the result will be very favorable in terms of bringing someone to the community that is going to be highly committed and successful in managing town government. You know, the process really involves a high degree of transparency and just, you know, getting the information out there to prospective candidates that are going to be the right fit for the position. So to the extent that I can help support that without being directly involved, which I don't think is appropriate. But, you know, we want the thing to go as smoothly as possible, and that's I guess my role. So that would conclude my report for this evening.
Okay, that's, I'm sure we have some questions. Lisa, I've heard okay, Cindy?
I was curious when you were talking, Earl, how involved would you be in transitioning the new town manager once we hire them? Would you be able to give an initial orientation and kind of a, here's what I think, here are the major projects, and here's kind of where they are and that kind of thing?
Yeah, typically that is what we do. Usually I compose a written report for the incoming manager, but certainly having just a little bit of overlap and, you know, orienting the person and being available for you know, questions or whatever subsequent to their assuming the new position. You don't want too much overlap because, you know, you kind of tend to get in the way. But like a day working with that person and showing them around. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah?
Thank you. And just a clarification on the financial report. The version that was in the packet, as Debbie as Lisa has mentioned, drinking from maybe an even bigger fire hose than Earl's. The report that we have in the packet shows only the expenses side of things. And the total at the bottom of page 17 that really got my attention said that at 42% of the year, we are 70% of expenses. Turns out that is only in the water and sewer portion of the funding. The total is, when I added up the budget amounts and the spent to date amounts, we are at 38% spent at 42% of the year. So we're in good shape despite that attention getting 70% at the bottom of page 17.
Bisection.
Right, exactly. They are. And that was the one that was at the bottom. So I first read it as the overall total and freaked out and started digging. So later, Debbie was able to generate a report that's more like what Matt had been giving us with revenue as well as expenditures. So is this the only copy of that you ran? Okay.
Yeah, I can add it to your packet
Okay.
or just do an amended packet of it.
Yeah, just send out that report. Just send the report out to council.
Yeah.
Put the new one. Thank you. Yeah.
So anyway, so I think we're in good shape, both as far as what the money looks like and as far as being able to get reports created more easily.
Well,
in the
let me
future.
stop you there. 'Cause
Okay.
This report, while it needs to be slimmed down and we need to add the revenue, all she has to do is click a couple buttons and it's done. That report, she has to do data entry from one to another. And that's
Okay.
why I had suggested this, just so
Okay.
for ease until we got,
Well, if we could get the revenue
yeah.
and a total line
Yeah.
on here, that would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're getting
So
there.
that's, I think
But
that was part of
The absence of the revenue section and the absence of the total line were what were throwing me off.
The thing I like about that particular report, which is similar, is
The
It-
one that was in the packet or the other one?
The one that has been created for many months now, is it gives you the percentages and I find it more that one's more, I found that one to be easier, quite honestly. Like,
More informative.
well,
It's the exact same information.
How hard is it to generate?
it's not hard to generate at all because there's a template there already for it. I just had not had the opportunity to get into it and figure out Matt's source documents from previous months, but I was able to do that this afternoon.
All right, well, I think you can get, yeah, I think you're on the right track. This is
Yeah.
getting in the weeds here a little bit.
And
That's-
thank you for
Yeah.
all the digging that you did after.
There's
the
not one
conversation.
report I have talked to the software company. There's not one report within Southern that encompasses everything that you need as far as like the reserves and the ARPA and how he had it broke down before.
Right, well, that was the one report I said wouldn't be in Southern. That was one that you have
All
to
right.
do independently.
Okay, any other questions?
No. Thank you.
Ashley? Omar? Okay, all right, thank you very much, Earl.
We have the police chief.
I know, I'm not going anywhere yet. Just wait a minute. Police report?
I took the time and advantage to do the yearly report now and get it done because it's almost over. And what I like to do is just take a second and explain what you have and break it down. I don't need that. I don't. No.
What's a justifiable homicide?
Let's wait till.
Oh,
Wait a minute here.
where did you see a justifiable homicide? It's on the sheet.
Justifiable homicide.
It's defense with oneself if somebody's trying to kill you.
Oh, okay.
Even police shootings, they're treated like it's a homicide. They are a homicide because somebody dies. So
Right.
that would be a justifiable.
Gotcha.
To break down what you have there,
What happened to the thing?
that's not going to work.
Oh, okay.
For the year, the department had 12,582 log entries. It's on what that means when you see a log entry is something an officer's done. It could be directing traffic or it could be a breaking and entering, but officers had 12,582 events that they were part of for 2025, which is 300 more than the previous year. And incident reports, you see that a lot on there. Incident report, anytime an officer has to respond to a crime that has occurred or a citizen in need of special assistance, something unusual. For 2025, we had exactly 350 of those reports. That's 74 more than the previous year. And I got looking, just curiosity, it is not by far our highest year. 2020 was a bad year for the police department. We were very busy that year. We had 364 that year. And when they do generate a report, it's exactly 4 pages long, so it takes a little while to do it. But the reports also are broken down to, they're called Group A offenses. This is everybody wants to hear. These are the robberies, arsons, animal cruelty, just serious events for the town. For 2025, we've had 114 serious offenses, which is a 1.5% increase from the previous year. And by far, again, that was 114 serious offenses is not our highest. 2020, we had 133. So, but it's been a good year. So for us, a lot of our cases have been closed. No serious, seems like a more laid back year, but we still had events. Traffic tickets for the year, the officers issued 329 total. That is 180 less than the previous year. Part of that, several different reasons. If you look at the years before, for 2020 to 2023, our numbers dropped a lot, ticket numbers. We also were down to 2 officers. When we got full staffing with 5, we shot up from 200 to over 500. And we're seeing it drop back down now because I think people are realizing we're back. I hate to say it that way, but we didn't have the people out on the street. Plus, we got the grant back also. So in we'll see what happens, because 2024, we had the 240 hours of extra duty overtime on just for traffic. And last year we didn't have any, so all those hours were gone. Officers gave 55 warnings last year, which is running kind of low actually compared to the previous years, but it's following the trend. If you look at it on a chart, the tickets and the warnings are literally, you can see them both go up and down the same amount. So at least it's running hand in hand. And this year, officers we had to attend a lot of trainings this year. Everything was mental health based, just about. Mental health is definitely the issue, the target. I had to send two officers to attend a crisis intervention, which is 40 hours and basically is retraining us not to be so quick to think aggressively. That's the best way I can say it. Instead of quite honestly, when I started police work, if I had a mental health issue with somebody, they were treated just like everybody else. There was we were taught ask, tell, make. And then that was the rules, basic police work. They don't work no more. So officers are being retrained to be more kind and understanding and put yourself in the situation. And it's working. I will not lie about it. When they started this 10 years ago, I was against it because it was more huggy kishy is what they called it. But it's working. I can't deny it. Seeing the people on calls who's had the training opposed to not, it's a night and day difference. They stay calmer, they stay more mellow. It works. So I can't knock it. We also had to attend Alzheimer's crisis training, elder abuse training, cultural diversity, de-escalation, community policing, autism recognition. Also, it's been a mental health year for sure. And we're dealing with a lot more of all of these issues here, especially the Alzheimer's and the autism. We're dealing a lot more with them, and it does make a difference. And of course, we had Winnington Basic Academy. He's got approximately 190 hours left of field training. And today he informed me he's got 11 policies left of the 76 to read. So he's getting through them. But he's doing really good. He's doing really good. But the new cameras, we went online today. The new body cameras. It's been a challenge because I have not kept up with technology. It's a lot more to them, but they are definitely working and they're really good. But as far the police department is doing well. That's all I got.
Omar, any questions for the chief?
I just one quick question, bro.
Yeah.
What'd you say that the new guy, it's a new guy, said,
Mhm.
officer, what did you say his name was?
Nathan Hurst.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of met him with Kim. the
Yep.
other day, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you what his name was.
Yeah, he graduated 2 weeks ago. So
Ashley, any questions?
Yeah, the only question I have is the diagram on the bottom of page 22. Is that a
Yes.
neighborhood breakdown or?
yes,
Okay.
that is right here. We broke the town in 6 different areas. 2024 was the first year it went into effect. And those numbers you see is the percentage of calls of those incident reports you see.
Of the 12,000.
Mhm.
So it could be a traffic.
No, I'm sorry. No, they're the incident reports, the 350.
Crime at those.
No, they're the 350,
Oh,
the actual incident reports.
oh, okay.
Yep. And that's the areas to break down into. But the numbers on I don't like this. I mean, it gives you an idea, but all it takes is somebody to walk across the line and they're in the other area. And that does happen. I mean, I might have a crime occur downtown, but the person I catch might be by the car wash. So
Yeah.
it's taken with a grain of salt. I'm not saying they're not correct, but they're not 100% accurate either.
How can we tell where
the lines are?
Yeah, which
You know.
which block is what area?
Well, I could tell you, okay, the 5% is Market Street to Hill Street. Corner Mart, car wash,
South of Market Street.
yes. Yeah, south, sorry.
So the line is Market Street.
Correct. The main center line is Market Street.
Okay, okay, I got you now.
Yep. And Hill Street is your first one,
Right.
between the 5 and 15%. College Avenue is between the 26 and the 15% on the bottom. The 5% is North and Market. So here.
You're reading from 2024.
I'm sorry, I just realized that. Yeah. I'm on the 2024. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's the same page, right?
Yeah. The 6% would be Market Street, North Street,
24.
and
9%.
Okay.
and
A lot of 17% low. A lot of nobody living there. Okay.
yep. That's it.
So what is the street that's almost aligned with Hill, that's between the 9 and 35 on the 2025?
Jackson?
Jackson.
Thank you.
So. But as I said, to give you an idea, but they're before not 100%.
Sarah, any questions? Chief?
Nope. Well, on the way in, I met Officer Hurst
Mhm.
as he was leaving and had a nice introductory conversation with him and thanked him and wished him well. So thank you for finding him, and
Yeah, he's fitting in very well. He's not bashful, shy, and he's definitely retaining the town's information.
Okay, Cindy?
One question on page 2 of 6,
Mhm.
on the incidents, destruction of property seems to be the big one.
This year, yes.
Can you speak to that? It looked like it was big in the, let's see, 2024 too.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is one that's always high, and the destruction of property could be literally anything that gets destroyed. If it's a husband and wife fighting and he destroys her record player, it falls into that category. Or it could be just somebody wanting to vandalize something. It falls in there. Most of them are minor. Most of them are related. For this year, I know most of them were somehow, it wasn't just somebody tearing something up. It was anger issues or fight, defense, or so on.
Thank you.
Cindy? No, Cindy, Lisa back there, yeah. I had a question about she asked a question about justifiable, but negligent manslaughter. We had one case of that,
Yes, we did. I can't discuss it. It's
but it was
very
a
fresh.
It was a murder? Somebody was killed?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's it then. Okay. All right. All right, okay, all right. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question and make a comment?
Sure, I've got to, this.
Okay.
Good.
My name's Ann Quigley. I live at 12 First Street.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask Chief about the pie charts on page 4. So I think whenever you present data about race and sex, it's important to be really clear about, make sure everybody understands what it is.
Yes.
So I assume that this is a breakdown based on the total number of warnings and summonses issued thus far in 2025. Would that be right?
This was just summonses.
Okay, so it's just summonses.
Correct.
But it's 25 summonses?
Yes.
Okay, so, and this is just a comment, you can't tell from this, you ought not make inferences from this about rates. So in other words, you can't look at this and say, well, men got more citations than women, because you don't know the denominator. It could be that more men drive through on Hancock
Correct.
than women. So I just want to make that observation because it's easy for people to get mixed up
Correct.
about this data.
Yes. Several years ago, we actually had on race, blacks and whites were 50% even exact. So yeah, it's hard to tell if you don't know the exact number of people who drive through.
Okay, all right. All right, thank you very much, Chief, for a good report. Okay, I guess we do town council comments. Omar?
Got one question, I guess for you, Bob. I'm sorry. I just have one question for you. I noticed that they are doing some renovations over there at the Armory. Are there any, what are the pros and cons with the National Guard
Yeah, it's funny.
being here?
You brought that up. Somebody told me the other day that the Armory was, I don't know who it was, that the Army was being sold. And that's totally untrue. I talked to Bob Bloxham, our delegate. He's not aware of any plans. They're trying to reactivate the Armory. It's a branch of the Armory in Portsmouth. Their headquarters are in Portsmouth or Suffolk. I think it's Portsmouth. So they're trying to run, they're probably doing a little work on it. They have no plans. I asked about 10 years ago for our General Assembly if they could find out what happens if the Armory leaves, if they leave and I was told that the building would go to the town, but nobody's ever gotten back to me. That's been a long time. They don't really know, I'll be honest with you.
They got new windows.
Yeah, I think the building's not probably in great shape, so they're fixing it up. And I guess about 2 years ago, the new captain came over and said we were going to they were doing a new engineering group was coming in, and they wanted to do projects for the town, and he came in, and that never happened. They never got organized. So I think they're still going to come back, hopefully. Well, I can find out some more. I can make we can get, if we can get, Earl, if you can give find out, maybe actually call the National Guard. I just talked to our delegate. I was more concerned about what's happening with the building was being sold. I want to make sure that wasn't happening. But if we can find out what their plans are, and we can get back, it's nice to know. I agree with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, because remember you and I had a conversation before I
Yeah.
voted in about that building.
Yeah, I don't
was
think
just wondering what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do, I think they're just fixing it up. And that if they're fixing it up, I think they're going to stay and reactivate it.
Me being the bellman and driving through that, everybody asks me every day, oh, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
What's going on with it? I don't know.
Well, it's an old building, and if those that remember going to dances and basketball games there, it was probably not great shape then, and it's probably 40 years since then, so.
Well, I know it's been vacant for.
It's not vacant. They're still they're there occasionally. I've seen, there's not.
I live right down the street, so
I know.
There's been really nothing.
Nothing like, they don't meet there. They stopped meeting there years ago.
So.
Yeah.
But I saw them putting the new windows in the other day, so I was like.
Well, hopefully they're going to come back and reactivate it. But I'll get.
Now, on that same note, if they come back, are there any pros and cons with them being here in our town?
We have absolutely nothing to say about it. Believe me, that's federal and state program. So what do you mean by?
I mean,
tell them we don't.
Just wondering.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's an asset. They were an engineering crew. When they came about a couple of years ago, they talked to Matt and I. The captain came in and said, we would like to help you out with some project. We've got heavy equipment. We can do some things. And nothing ever happened after that. I don't think he got they didn't decide to reactivate right then. I mean, at one time it was an anti-aircraft battery. Don't see how that's going to help us too much, but I think it's an engineering thing now, so that it could help us. So
I think if my memory serves, back in, I'm going to say around 1980, Hurricane Gloria came through, and the National Guard was active then and assisted with evacuating people in flood zones.
Yeah.
So they can be helpful to the community in the event of something like that.
Yeah, no, there were people stationed there as about 5 years ago. There was a guy. There were two enlisted people that were stationed over here, and they're still a National Guard unit. They meet. There are a bunch of people on the shore. One of our police officers is in the Guard, right? Yeah. So if Earl, if you could maybe just contact some officer over in maybe what's his name can help him out. Who to call over there? Give him a number. Yeah, Omar. Amari is in National Guard, correct? Yeah. So he could probably help us out. No, thank you. Yeah, but nobody's selling it, or anything like that. State's not said anything about that. All right, Ashley?
No questions or comments, just saying everything seems to be moving in a good general direction.
Yeah. Sarah?
Thanks to everybody for coming out on a cold off-schedule night. And we want to wish everybody a good holiday season and a happy, healthy new year.
Okay, Cindy?
I'd like to thank the town staff for all of their efforts. They've been through a difficult transition, and I think maybe are beginning to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. Also, a particular shout out to the DPW guys that were out there undoing the parade route, in that bitterly cold weather. Please especially thank them for their efforts.
Okay, Lisa?
I'd like to thank everybody who put this last weekend on. I thought it was fabulous. I did one of my favorite things I do this time of year, which was be a docent, and I just had a grand old time, and it was lovely seeing friends and neighbors come through and new faces. So I thought it was a very nice weekend despite the lack of a parade. And yeah, big shout out to the town. Especially DPW out there yesterday, because yeah, wow. I heard there was traffic cones like flying away in the wind, so. God bless them. And I just want to wish everybody happy holidays and do appreciate y'all being here and we'll see you guys in the new year for sure.
All right, we're going to go into closed session in a minute. To discuss the new council, we advertised people to apply for the job of the new council. We have 3 applications, Bob Spoth, Jean Reniers. Is she here?
She is here. How do you say it? Ranieri? Yeah.
Okay, Jean, she's sitting back there, and Ann Quigley sitting here in the front. So we're going to go into closed session and to discuss that, and it's up to council. Well, we can't do anything in closed session. We'll just discuss it. We'll come back out in an open session. It's up to council whether they wanted to vote on it then. They could, one option is to have kick it down the road till January, have a special session and think about it some more. So
Well,
I can't tell you what you guys want to do right now, so you can decide if you want to make that decision now. And
the one thing I thought of, because I don't necessarily want to kick it down the road, is that we don't necessarily know all of the people that have applied.
right.
And so maybe it would be worth taking the time and having the extra meeting to meet them. Was my only thought. So.
Okay, all right. So we'll still go into closed session, but
Yes.
you can't, there's no
No.
guarantee that we'll pick somebody tonight. So I'm just telling people that you're welcome to stay around. Well, any action would have to be in an open meeting. We can't do anything in a closed session. Okay.
I move that we enter closed session as allowed by Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1 to discuss the personnel action of appointing a new member to the town council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're going into closed session and come back out. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you in January.